Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about Blade & Soul, the upcoming release on Wednesday the 12th of May, and the Unreal Engine 4 update since the page has been updated. Also, I'm going to play a new game, but more about that later. First things first, there's a lot of noise outside. There are children running around and I don't know what they're doing, but it's loud. I hope you won't hear too much, and I apologize for that. So first things first, Winds of Rage launches May 12th, the patch that is. So we'll get a new dungeon, a 6-member dungeon of a recommended level of HM23 for easy mode, and for hard difficulty you will have to have HM25 approximately. Of course it does depend on your gear, etc. So this will not contain the new dungeon mechanics we'll be getting with Unreal Engine 4, since this is still an older patch of Korea. As we all know, an Unreal Engine 4 will release in June in Korea, so we are a few patches behind. Don't think this is gonna be having any new mechanic, at least what they were talking about. Of course new mechanics, but not dynamic mechanics, which I was actually talking about. So this is a 6-member dungeon, like we all know. It's the Path of Madun. That's actually pretty much all this dungeon is gonna be. It has, if I'm correct, 2 bosses. Don't quote me on that because I don't necessarily know about it. I saw the dungeon a few times in Korea, but I haven't really looked at it. Other than that, there will be a new talisman tier and a new daily perks calendar. So talisman tier, we all know about that. It's just a new talisman. We have to grind our ass off to actually get that, which the Wills will do a lot of, and I probably not, because I'm not even close to that. So every day you log into Blade & Soul, you have the daily dash, in which you have 2 spins as a free member and 3 spins as a premium member, which I am myself as well. And you will be able to get random items on the list, and you can get a double, for example, if you hit a special stage. Now they will change it out for a daily perks calendar, which is basically just a calendar on which you can see what you will be able to get every single day you log in. And I don't think you will be able to get it twice a day or thrice a day like we are used to, but I could be wrong with that. There's no further information other than this really. All you can do is you can see what you'll be able to get, and you will know when you have to log in for a nice item, if there is a nice item you want to have or you need to have to upgrade your items. So that may be a good replacement for the daily dash. It really depends on what they're going to do with it. If you can get 3 items a day, which would be nice, and if the items are going to be good. Now on to Unreal Engine 4. As you can see, the revival page has been updated. There are more buttons you can click right now, like battle systems, ranking, mythical dungeons, and combat UI. First things first, the combat UI. What we have right now is we have a bar on which you can see every single cooldown of our buffs or skills or debuffs we have on our character, and it can be super overwhelming, as they explained. So what I did instead is, when Unreal Engine 4 will release, we'll have this layout. So on this layout you can see every single buff here. It's simplified, you can see the countdown, and then I think we will be having only one visible buff, skill cooldown, debuff, and global cooldowns of protect abilities. Don't necessarily know if it's actually correct. I think it was said in the video or written. Anyways, it will be simplified, but I think, if I'm correct, don't quote me on this, we'll be able to select between simplified or complex UI, so we can see the cooldowns better. For more advanced players, maybe the complex UI is better. For the ones who don't necessarily care too much about min-maxing their damage too much, simplified will be better, because you will be able to see more of the world, which I personally like, so I think I would try it out, and I think it's gonna be all great, nice. It's not that important, it's not that big of a deal. Now, the battle system is just about the dungeon, so whenever the Unreal Engine 4 is gonna release for us, we'll be able play a new dungeon as well. This dungeon is going to be a little bit different than we're used to, in which we have set mechanics, we just have to learn and we know how to deal with it, right? Now what they're going to do in this dungeon is you will have set mechanics, but it will be dynamic. So to my understanding, let's say we have 5 mechanics, 5 different kinds of mechanics, and at 90% one of the 5 will happen randomly, and then at 30% again randomly one of the 5. So the dungeon will feel more responsive, or at least more fun. It will be more sustainable for us to actually grind the dungeon, because it will not be the same old same like we're used to, right? So that's what I understand out of it, and it seems pretty cool. There will be a scoring system as well. If you have synergy plays, like as you can see here, unsuccessful joint attack or body protection, but also animated positive responses where you do successful block or a successful resistance. Honestly, I cannot see much in these images, so I don't really know what they're going to do with it, but I'm curious as to what they will do. Also, highlight moments will be recorded for the MVP player, and I guess they will make a leaderboard that is, with the record times of clearing a dungeon or dealing DPS or whatever. I don't know what they necessarily will do with it, but it seems like a cool feature. Don't know how they will implement it, but I'm open to that. It seems pretty cool. So what we're going to get is making rank matter, or at least better. So if you, for example, do Tower of Infinity, you get a rank, you have to wait a week before you actually get the rewards you will get weekly, right? Apparently, to my understanding, they're going to change this, so whenever you get your rank, you'll immediately be able to get your rewards, which is a nice feature in my opinion. Otherwise you have to wait a week, and then the maintenance hit, and after the maintenance you'll be able to get the rewards you are actually supposed to get. And I think it's better to be able to get it immediately when doing something rather than having to wait. I don't know what more they will do necessarily, but that's something that seems promising, but not too important again. All that matters for Blade & Soul right now is just performance. The graphical overhaul is nice. New dungeon mechanics, it seems really cool and seems promising, and I think there's a lot out of there you can get, and more sustainability, which is cool. I hope to see more of that, and also in the open world bosses, for people who want to run every single dungeon every single day, gain the max amount of currency you will be able to get. It may be not that fun, but I think it has potential to be more fun this way, because it's dynamic, and yes, you may die more often, but it can be more fun because you have to work together more rather than what we're used to now. Now it's kind of brain dead, because we know the mechanics, we just look up a guide and we do it. So at the release of Unreal Engine 4, maybe slightly after it, I don't know, but somewhere close to the release of Unreal Engine 4 we'll be able to get mythical dungeons. These are the dungeons with dynamic mechanics, which I was talking about previously. So what I'm thinking about right now is, we'll be only getting mythical dungeons, or we'll be still getting normal dungeons as well with set mechanics. Like if you run SP, for example, you have specified mechanics, they're not dynamic, and you just have to run it. I think a mix of both is nice to cater to both kind of players. The players who want to have more fun, and dynamic dungeons are more fun in my opinion, and for those who want to just run a lot of dungeons and gain as much as they possibly can without having to deal with dynamic dungeons at all, because it makes sense to be able to run dungeons with specified mechanics. You don't have to think about too much because it's not dynamic, so you can actually clear the dungeon as fast as possible to continue going to the next one. Because some people really love the grind, or just focus on grinding so much that they don't want to die at all, or they don't want to have fun. I mean, I understand it, but I think mythical is the way to go. But to cater to both player styles, I would say keeping both would be nice. So that's the news about Blade & Soul, the update on the 12th of May, this coming Wednesday, and Unreal Engine 4. I hoped this was interesting to you. Other than that, I was talking about I will be playing a new game, a new MMORPG, It's the Chinese one, and actually I've been reminded about the game by Jarke's video. I will link it down below. It's about Sword of Legends Online, and I definitely recommend you to check it out. Though I have to say the publisher is going to be Gameforge, but it's a buy to play game, and so far the cash shop is just cosmetics, and it does not give any stats at all, so it's not pay to win at all at the moment. So right now there is an alpha test of Sword of Legends Online, but I'm not in the alpha test because I'm not a big YouTuber. I wasn't invited, etc. It's the media and big YouTubers who actually be able to play it, but they have an NDA, so they cannot talk about it really or show anything. I, on the other hand, I will be playing on closed beta 1 and 2, and I will try to make videos on it and release it as soon as I possibly can, which will be happening in about a few weeks. I think I estimate it to be 2 to maybe 4 weeks from now. We'll be able to play the closed beta 1. I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next video as well. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of format, or if you want to support me, of course. Join my Discord server. I hope to see you on solo as well, which is abbreviation for Sword of Legends Online. Now without further ado, I hope you liked it, and see you next one. Peace.